The sky ain't nice the same. The stars, the moon.
But wait a minute. This isn't supposed to be the finale. I thought there were going to be co-op commentaries. Why, I thought there were going to be many more parts to this spectacular series you've been doing on Spax. How could it possibly end here, you might ask? Well, that's an interesting question. And the short answer of that is, I just stopped giving a shit. But there's a long answer to it. And I'll give you the long answer to it. I just stopped giving a shit. Video's over. Go fuck yourselves. Ah, no, I'm kidding. Well, it's kind of like this. You know, making this series has been kind of fun. You know, I've enjoyed doing it. I'd almost say it's kind of like fucking your girlfriend. Imagine you're super horny, right? And you get home and you are going to ride your girlfriend's ass. I mean, you guys are going to do the freakiest, kinkiest shit you can imagine. God help the neighbors if they look into the window, because you are going to mentally scar their fucking children. The freaky, kinky-ass shit that you're going to be doing would make X-rated porn sites blush. I mean, you guys are going to do some fucked up stuff. It's going to be great, man. You are fucking raring to go. And 3 minutes in, you bust your nut. And then what happens? You're like, oh, God, fuck this shit. Honey, put away the lube and the handcuffs. I've got to go take a nap. And make me a sandwich. Well, I busted my nut about 10 parts ago. And I've just half-heartedly been kind of meandering my way through this. I had a grand plan, you see. I was going to dissect Spax part by part, piece by piece by piece. And I was going to show you why he's such a huge cunt. Because I just dislike the guy. I dislike what he does. But somewhere in there, it got to be more of a chore than a hobby. It got to be more work than it was worth. And I thought, well, I'll give it a unique spin. I'll do co-op commentaries. That'd be kind of cool. Get new people in there. Some people who don't like Spax. Some people who do commentaries just on other shit. And just, a random assortment of whoever just feels like joining it. And I was really into this idea. I thought, hey, this is going to be great, Get some fresh blood into it. It'll be fun. And just kind of go from there, until the logical closure point, which was going to be the very last part. And then I came to realize, no, it really isn't worth it. It's kind of like beating a dead horse. This was more meant to be a commentary on Spax, on what I don't like about him. And I thought kind of doing commentaries, co-op commentaries with other people would be kind of cool, but I came to the conclusion that I don't want to be a goon imitation. I don't want to come off as some Retsupre wannabe. And even though they're not technically dealing with Spax, that's kind of what they do. They get a group of people together, they do commentaries, and they're really good at it. But I didn't want to be, mimicking them. I didn't want to be a clone of them. And I didn't really think about it until kind of later on into it. And I was like, well, it might be taken as that way. And so I thought, yeah, I'm going to avoid it. I'm not going to be Armic21's fail sessions, which was a weak attempt at Retsupraying, which fell flat on its ass because that's what deserves to happen. Now, I'm not saying you can't do commentaries on shit. You can comment on whatever the hell you want. But I'm saying your commentaries should be good, and there should be a purpose to it, and it shouldn't just be noise to have noise. And that, and I also thought about the technical limitations. Geez, I'm going to have to make sure mics are working. I'm going to be using a bunch of different services from Skype to MSN to AIM or what, all this different shit. And it would have been I really do think it would have been a cool idea, but I just felt a little dirty on how it might be taken and kind of how it would be seen. Which led me to think about a couple other things. Like I said, when I originally started this, I really liked making fun of Spax. I fucking enjoyed it. He is a walking target that deserves to be made fun of. He is a douchebag. And, over the last couple of months, last half a fucking year, I've met his ex-friends, I've met people he's fucked over, people from his forum, just random people he's encountered, and the general idea I get about him, the general consensus, is he really is a dick. Now, that's what I dislike about him. And I really didn't like his videos in the beginning either. I thought they were shit. Now, somebody asked me recently, oh, what did you think of his most recent video? His Sonic Unleashed? Or I don't know what the fuck it was. It was something, right? His most recent video. What did you think of it? And I'm going to be honest. I thought it was actually pretty good. Thought he did a good job on it. Now, just because I think he did a good job, an okay job at a video, doesn't mean he's any less of a douchebag or any less of a dick. He's still a dick. He's still a douchebag. It just means, right, that he did an okay job. And so, it's hard to go and rip on his older videos now that you kind of see that his newer videos, at least he's getting an idea of what fucked his older stuff over, and he's kind of moving away from that. I'm not talking about, apologizing to Griffith, right? Bullshit. I don't buy that for a second. I'm just talking about how he has it structured, how he has it ordered, the audio quality, the visual quality. He's doing a good job. He's doing an okay job. I can't ride the guy for doing, something decently. And so, it's all this shit kind of piling in, and, uh, that's kind of why I decided just to stop, just finale, end, over, done, right? Over this course of this series, I've looked at different aspects of him. His video reviews, which, were pretty god-awful. His DeviantArt account, which is bullshit. I touched a little bit on his obsession with Creep. I was going to have a whole episode where I talked about how he wants to fuck an anthropomorphic bunny that's really 6 years old, and what kind of fucked up shit that says about him. Because it does say fucked up shit about you if you want to fuck a baby rabbit. I'm sorry, I know this is the internet, I know we all jack off to weird shit, but if you want to fuck a 6-year-old rabbit, you got something going on upstairs that's not fully on kilt. You know what I mean? You're a little off base. I talked about his Griffith, obsession and the boycott and all that. And even about how he fucked over people. Like Mulder Yuffie, he fucked over Mulder Yuffie about the girl who he threatened to have his mom sue and all this shit. And if you're curious, I was going to do all these video reviews. I was going to go through all his videos and show each instance of copyright infringement. For a purpose. I wasn't doing it just because I wanted to extend the length of the series. I wanted my final point, the final video that was going to be at the very tail end of this, to really have substance. I was going to show how many times he's infringed copyrights of other people, which I'm sure would have been well over 300 or 400 times in his past 14, 15 videos. It really would have been a good high number. And then I was going to cap it off by having a copyright attorney do a little video segment. It was going to be a little Q&A about maybe 5 to 10 minutes long, where I was going to have him explain just how copyright and trademark work on the internet. And to show you just why it is Spax is such a douchebag. Because he abuses that system, and he does it illegally. Don't mistake the fact that YouTube will take down videos as them somehow, legitimizing the claim. It doesn't. They're just doing it as a business standpoint, or a business practice. Right? They're not saying that because they took a video down it necessarily infringes on a copyright. That hasn't been proven. They're just doing it because they don't want to deal with the fucking headache. So anybody can flag a video and get it taken down, And so I was going to have this guy come on, and I was going to show him the copyright infringements on Spax's behalf, and then I was going to show him different ways Spax has abused the system, and then I was going to have him merely comment on, how bullshit that was. And what his honest opinion was on trademark, on copyright, on how the system should work, and how it does work. Because I wanted that very last video to impart to you the knowledge that, yes, you can make fun of somebody. Yes, you can, do satire, you can do comedy, you can do commentary. You don't have to be afraid of some dickhead who lives in his parents' basement who swears his mom is a lawyer. Because I'll tell you what, you go watch Spax's videos, you watch them really carefully, and you look at the instances where he gets film of his home. Look at the bathroom, look at the kitchen, look at his bedroom, his backyard, and his property. Now, lawyers make a good amount of money, and you're going to tell me after looking at his home that his mom's a lawyer? Well, then she must be the worst fucking lawyer in the history of the world, because, frankly, if his mom was a lawyer, they'd be living in a lot better house than he does. So all that talk about her being a lawyer, I say it's bullshit. I, in fact, would claim that at most she was a legal aid. She was, basically a secretary with a really nice title. And there are ways to corroborate this. You can actually look up a legal license, somebody's, document to practice law. All you got to do is look at his hometown, his hometown, his home state, and you can get the documentation and prove basically she is not a lawyer. So that was going to be my closure point. It was going to be fantastic, right? It's going to really nail his ass to the wall with that. And then it was going to die. I was going to be done. Hooray for me. I can walk away and it'll be done. But, you know, shit comes up, you get busy, you get tired, you just don't want to do it. You have second thoughts about how it's going to turn out, and that's what happened to me. I just don't want to do it anymore. It's not entertaining to me anymore, and I felt like that for a couple of months now. I just haven't really got around to talking about it. So to the people out there who like the videos, you know, you like the little series, you found it funny, you found it entertaining, that's great. For the people out there who have been fucked over by Spax, don't worry about it. You can just make as many videos as you want and put them back up. He can't do shit about it. Nothing's going to stop you. Really, honest to God, nothing's going to happen to you. Put them back up, stick your middle finger at the computer screen, and laugh for the day. You know, you're not going to get sued. The cops aren't going to show up at your house. His mom is not going to serve you a subpoena. You will be fine. Spax has no power on the internet. Oh, I mean, this whole series, it started off as a joke between me and a friend. I did a video because I thought it was funny, his website, and that was that. Then I saw stuff he was doing, and I turned it into a series because, because I thought he was a dick. And I don't like dicks on the internet, especially ones with overinflated egos. That really bothers me a lot. And, you know, I was kind of hoping that by the time the series was over, he just kind of disappeared. But he's already kind of just disappeared, right? A lot of his friends have left him. You know, his forum isn't really that great. It's okay, but it's not really that great. It's got hacked a few times and spammed a few times, which was funny to watch. I even hear people ordered him food. $50 worth of Chinese food and like 20 or 30 bucks worth of pizza a couple nights of the week. So, you know, he's got his own shit to contend with. So I figured for this finale, aside from kind of explain my idea on why I've stopped, I'd answer a few quick questions that people have kind of asked me over the length of these videos. A lot of people ask, has Spax ever contacted you? Or does Spax know that you've done this series? He's never contacted me, never once. And I have no idea if he's ever even watched one of these videos. So, you know, there's not really a lot there to talk about, you know. I've never heard from the guy, and, you know, I've talked to people who know him, and they've never brought up that he saw the series or if he had any comments on it, even if he had seen it. So I'm just going to assume that, you know, no, he hasn't seen it. He probably just took it down when he saw his name attached to it and, you know, left it at that, didn't even bother to watch it. Other people have asked, well, you did a series on Spax, right? So would you do one on somebody else like a Chris Chan or something like that? Well, no. Why would I? I mean, my God. First off, somebody like Chris Chan, for example, look at Vivian, all right? Her audiobook series is fucking fantastic. Seriously, I swear to, I'll put a link up so you can go watch this. This is a work of art. It's not just the it's not just the voiceover talent she got. Both of them, the narrators, I thought were really fucking good. But it's her annotations that really make that shit worthwhile. I love her sense of humor, and I just love the whole audiobook thing. It was done fantastically. It's really, really good. Look at Spaz Kids, you know, animated series of Sonichu. That shit is hilarious. That's fucking great. Right? So already you've got his comic taken care of in audiobook form and in a parody form. And then you, of course, have the Mac Daddy Amal, the true and honest Christian Weston Chandler, who, my God, that guy he blew me away. I'll tell you that much. He absolutely blew me away with his ability and what he did. And for those of you who get what he did, you understand how monumental what he did was. That was the most amazing example of it I've ever seen. Far surpassing anything anyone else has ever done. Even Chad Warden pales in comparison to how fucking awesome that guy is and what he pulled off was. So, when looking at somebody like Chris Chan, it's already been done. It's been done by a ton of people who've done it a hell of a lot better than I ever could. Hey, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a quick little 10, 20-minute video with me talking and throwing up a couple pictures every 10 seconds? No, that's not going to compete with even those three that I mentioned. I mean, they did such a fucking amazing job at what they did. So, no, I'm not going to do somebody like Chris Chan or God knows who else is out there, right? There are a bunch of other people out there who would deserve it even more than Chris Chan. Arrogant video game reviewers. Go look at, go look at ED's page on video game reviewers, and you'll kind of see there's a whole fucking checklist of dipshits up there that really could use a kick in the ass. But no, Spax was my thing. I just liked the guy. I had a problem with him. That's why I did the series. I'm not looking to parlay it into something else. You know, I'm not looking to do Chris Chan or somebody else. Other questions people have asked: would you do more videos on Spax if he returns? You know, if he starts making a fuss or if he fucks with your videos, would you start making them again? Because for a while there, people were curious if I was just going to stop outright or not, which I am. Yep, I'm done. You know, Spax can do whatever the hell he wants. I pretty much feel tapped on it. He'd have to do something monumentally fucked up to even get my interest in it again. And I'm sure there are plenty of people who'd pick him apart anyway. You know, Jesus Christ. He's got enough people out there who dislike him. You know, I don't need to fucking do anything about that. And, you know, pretty much the other big one is, well, what are you going to do after Spax? Nothing. I have no idea why I have subscribers on YouTube or Dailymotion or Vimeo or any, you know, any of the other places. I put the video that linked to all the series videos on YouTube just so people had a hub to go to, not to get subscribers there. You know, so you could go to this one spot and you could see, okay, well, Vimeo pulled it, so I can go to Dailymotion, or it, you know, some copyright thing fucked it over at Dailymotion, so I'll go to Veo. You know what I mean? Just as an area for people to go and check out the videos. That was it. It was supposed to be just an easy access point. It wasn't meant to be like, oh, here's the guy who made the videos, come subscribe to him. So I have no idea why I have like 400 something subs. You know, I don't know what you guys want. You know, I don't make a lot of videos. If you've watched the shit that I've done recently, it's just bullshit, fun stuff, you know. Poor Jason Mason and Earthworm Jim. You know, shit like that. I'm having fun. You know, I don't have any plans on doing any series or anything like that. I don't have any plans on doing LPs for right now. I feel kind of bad. I like the Punch-Out thing. I thought that was kind of funny, but I don't have the time. And, you know, it's just, what are you going to do? So I guess in conclusion, I'm a really lazy asshole. I guess would sum it up. A spectacular lazy asshole. But, you know, if somebody out there wants to do the Spax thing, I mean, go ahead, man. You know, more power to you. If somebody thought the co-op idea was good, get some people together, watch your shit, make fun of it, you know? Oh, one tip, though. One thing I fucked up on, audio duck it, you know? I didn't really think about that, and I heard a couple people talking about it, and then I was like, oh, fuck, that's the one thing I forgot to do in all these videos. Basically, that is, you take your commentary and you boost the audio of that while decreasing the audio of the actual video you're commenting on while it's getting rendered in your editing program. So, you know, you don't have two very loud audio sources competing with one another. You dim one and up the other. That's audio ducking. Every time you talk, the other decreases in sound while you increase. So if you kind of watch the videos, especially on, oh shit, what is it, Dailymotion, it's kind of hard to hear. I completely fucked up on that. So just a technical tip for anybody who wants to do this shit. But yeah, so it's a rambling video, fuck it, there's not a lot of structure. So in conclusion, thank you to everybody who watched it. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad you got a kick out of it. I'm really sorry I'm not doing the co-op commentary, but like I said, I had my reasons for it. And you know, that's kind of it. And now, hopefully, I can just fade off into obscurity and enjoy the internet again without having projects and shit to do. So if you'll all excuse me, I'm going to go find some really fucked up porn and then download some illegal shit.